Are you tired of feeling anxious when it comes to public speaking? Or even when you need to engage in spontaneous discussions? Do you avoid speaking opportunities because you're afraid of making mistakes? It's time to put an end to all of that and unlock your potential as a confident speaker. My name is Glenn Bercliffe, and I've had the opportunity to speak to smaller and large crowds over the past 20 years. I also work full-time as a senior leader with responsibility for over 2,000 amazing colleagues, so I get to practice these things every single day. If you give me the next 7 or 8 minutes of your time, I promise you that I will provide you proven techniques that can help you become a more confident and effective presenter and public speaker. And if you watch to the end, there's one of my favorite all-time tips. The first step to become a better public speaker is really to overcome your anxiety. But did you know that 85% of us, we struggle with some form of anxiety or nervousness when it comes to speaking in front of others? It's completely natural to feel anxious when you need to speak in front of others. But excessive anxiousness or nerves can actually damage your ability to present. Let me share a couple of practical exercises with you that are not only effective, but they're actually also fun and engaging. And you can do these right in the comfort of your own home without anybody looking at you. When you feel anxiety symptoms kick in, be mindful of them. Don't reject them. And what I do is I take a small breathing exercise. So do it with me. Take a deep breath in, hold it for 5 seconds, and then slowly breathe out. Now do it again. Breathe in, hold it for 5 seconds, but this time around, pretend you're blowing out a candle. So your exhaling should be more like, how do you feel? I hope you feel better already. After the breathing exercise, tell yourself that you're feeling anxious or nervous. Believe me, it actually helps by you acknowledging how you feel instead of rejecting it. Second piece of advice is, you have to think about public speaking as a conversation. It's not a performance where you are standing in front of 500 other people and they are judging you. It is a conversation between people. Most of our anxiety with public speaking actually comes from ourselves putting too much pressure on the situation that we're in. Remember, if you are presenting to someone, it's not life and death. You're not a doctor doing surgery. You are just talking to another human being. And when you see it like that, it can help you calm down and get your nerves and anxiety under control. Another part is the language that you choose to use in a conversation. Remember, use conversational language. Don't use abbreviations or lingo that your audience don't understand. Use normal day-to-day language. And here's another tip for you. Try and start with a question. It helps you perceive the situation as a conversation. And if you paid attention to the start of this video, I started the video exactly the same way. I started with a question. Next step is really about you getting out of your own way, because you are in your way when you're doing public speaking. You need to learn how to be comfortable in these particular situations. No matter if it's a planned speaking event or a spontaneous conversation that you engage in, you gotta practice the muscle of being comfortable. Here's a small game that you can do to make it a little bit more fun. Do an impromptu speaking engagement. You can do it with yourself. But choose a topic and speak about it for 1 minute without preparation, without planning what you want to say. I encourage you to pause this video for a minute and do that right now. Talk about it for 1 minute and then come back. How did that feel? I hope you did it. There was no one around you, but it gives you the opportunity to practice speaking in a comfortable setting. And I strongly encourage that you use this tip to help you practice more. It will not only give you practice, but it will also boost your confidence so you can become a more confident public speaker. Another quick exercise of getting out of your own way is to actually exercise. I know this sounds weird, but you can do 20 jumping jacks or 10 push-ups or whatever it is that makes you feel good. You can listen to your favorite song just before you go in and present. And this can help you calm down, relax, and get out of your own way. With the tips you've already heard, you're already on your way to becoming a more confident and effective speaker. But don't go right now, because I have plenty more tips to share with you. If you are preparing a planned speaking engagement, structure is good to have. The human brain is much better at processing information when it's structured. Did you know that our brains process information 40% more effectively when it's structured information that we're digesting? So as a presenter, use structure. To keep your audience with you, try and use problem or opportunity, solution and benefit. Or the alternative, which is what, so what, and now what. Just like I did in the beginning of this video. The what, so what, and now what can also effectively be used when you're introducing someone else. You just change the what to who. Let me give you an example. Hey, this is Simon. He's really good at Excel, and I know you have a struggle with this particular problem in Excel. Simon is here to talk to you for the next couple of minutes so you can become better at it. That's a simple example of the what, so what, now what. Try this exercise at home by selling a tub of Play-Doh. This exercise works best in pairs, so it would be good if you can find someone to play this part with. Use the opportunity, solution, benefit, or the what, so what, now what, and try and sell this Play-Doh to each other. The more you use structure to plan your presentation or spontaneous interactions, the more likely you are at being more effective at communicating. And if you're just thinking about it right now, you're already finding that it makes it easier for you to structure your sentences and what you need to say. I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. Please note, it doesn't matter what you sell. It doesn't need to be Play-Doh. It can be anything. The most important thing is that you practice it so you become more confident as you go along. All right, let's get back to some more practical exercises for you to overcome fear of public speaking. Instead of you focusing on everything that can go wrong in the presentation, I want to ask you to try and make a positive spin on it. And let's just call this game Positive Spin. So while you're thinking about everything that can go wrong, in the game of Positive Spin, you take a negative thought and try to make it positive. I think I'm gonna fail this presentation and everyone is gonna laugh at me. That's your negative thought. Instead of doing that, think this: I've prepared really well for this presentation and I'm gonna go in and nail it in front of great colleagues who I respect and admire. This exercise helps you change the narrative of your thoughts from something negative to positive and will also make you relax. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. I have 2 more tips for you, but before we go into those, if you enjoy the content, please help me by smashing the like button below, but also share with me which of the tips that I've mentioned so far are the first one that you're gonna start practicing. The next step is one of my personal favorites. Record yourself. So when you're practicing for a presentation, or if you just want to practice the 1-minute exercise from earlier, or even narrowing it down to a 30-second exercise, the act of recording yourself while you're speaking and playing it back to you can actually help you realize what you're saying, how you're engaging with the audience, and what are the things that you might need to change going forward. Which are the words we're typically using excessively? Some of my favorites that people use a lot is filler words, like actually or basically. They're unnecessary words in a presentation. And by you recording yourself and listening back to it, I guarantee you will notice these things. And that will give you the practice and awareness to get rid of them going forward. It will also tell you how you are engaging with the audience when you're looking at the camera. So use the exercise of recording yourself so you can be more confident in how you're portraying yourself when you're speaking. Last tip of today is I encourage you to join a public speaking group or a group of colleagues or friends who have the same aspirations of being better at public speaking, just like you have. But instead of doing boring meetings and talking about it, use the exercise from earlier where you choose a random topic that you need to speak about for 1 minute in front of the group. This exercise will help you practice in front of a supporting group of people who are there for the same exact reasons you are, to become a better version of yourself when it comes to public speaking. So what are you waiting for? It's time to become a more confident public speaker. Join me in this journey and let's have some fun along the way. I truly hope these practical tips help you become a more confident and effective public speaker. If you like the content, share it with someone who is also looking to improve their skills in public speaking. When you have practiced these exercises, please come back to the video and share your experience in the comments field below. How it has helped you. What worked best for you? My name is Glenn Berkeliffe. This is Glihago. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for wanting to become a better version of yourself. I hope to see you in the next video. Oh, it's so hard sometimes. Also, public speaking, practice. Things go wrong. It's okay. I can edit this out.